Hey, 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 what is going on, everybody? This is Dregn Durant of the Yasuhiro88ch and a little bit of an unplanned stream. Happy Monday, everyone. Hey, Sagan. You gotta remind me how you pronounce that name. Is it Sagan or Sagan? Because it's Doc, right? I see you, I think, on Vector stream all the time. How's it going? How's it going? All right. Well, let's get our helmet on because I forget. But we're gonna be jumping into some Hunt Showdown. I did go ahead and prestige, played a few games over the weekend, and can't say I'm doing the best right now, but it's been a good little while. Doc is good. Okay, cool. What's up? What's up? But yeah, we're gonna be jumping into a little bit of Hunt Showdown, just some casual gameplay. We'll see how we do. We'll see how we do. We are on Prestige 7 now. Let's see how the game is. Are you familiar with Hunt? Because if not, I will talk a little bit about it as we get into it. But how about we switch over? Let's get that music coming in here soon. There we go. All right. So Hunt Showdown. It's a fun little shooter. Definitely not something that I would call mainstream nowadays. I don't know if it ever really was. It's had a few ups and downs on its life, but it's a bit of a survival shooter. It's a shooter that I enjoy quite a lot just because there's some variety to it. There's some tactics that you can employ. You can go the stealthy route, you can go the run and gun route, but your shots matter. So it is definitely a slower paced. Yeah, correct. It can be slower paced. Some folks do run it pretty quick, but there is a bounty that we're going after. There's players we got to watch out for, and when, shit hits the fan, sometimes the players are the most dangerous foes out there, right? So let's get into a game here. We got here our roster. Now, Hunt is a game where it has some God, what would I call it? I wouldn't really call it a role-playing game, but you do acquire hunters, so you have a roster of hunters, and there's some heavy loadout customization, which I feel like a lot of games don't do very well. And Hunt, if you give it a chance, definitely has a lot of depth to it. Every gun is quite unique. I've seen players do well with even what is arguably the worst weapons in the game, especially some of the weapons which are maybe a little niche, maybe a little meta, or maybe a little what's the word I'm looking for? Well, we'll just say that in various tiers of weapons, right? For example, the snipers in the game, which have long ammo. There is the Sparks, which is a single fired weapon, and then you also have medium ammo, the Springfield, which is very similar in the fact that it is a sniper of sorts, but medium ammo, right? Ammo types do matter in the game, and the Springfield, I think the Sparks is a flat out upgrade to the Springfield, but to each their own, right? But again, I've seen people kick butt with a little bit of everything, and I also fancy a weapon called the Bomb Lance, which I don't get to play very frequently because it's towards the end of the unlock list. Here it is. But the Bomb Lance is another fun kind of melee weapon in a shooting game. It's fascinating. Little man Surge, what's going on, buddy? We're going to be playing some Hunt Showdown unplanned stream coming at you. And yeah, how's everyone's week starting off here? Let me go move some things out of the way. And all right, let's get a game going. So we're gonna look at our roster here. Who do we play as? Let's warm up with one of these level 1 hunters. So there is a little bit of character building in the sense that you have levels on your hunters in addition to levels on your account progression, right? Unlocks come from account progression, whereas your hunters get traits as they survive and extract from a match. And if you get the bounty, you're likely to get a good, 20 or so levels out of it. They top off at 50. They have health bars that you sometimes, given the circumstance, you might have to buy back. Weapons have ammo types nowadays. And there's different loadouts for equipment too. And it's all, as long as you have the money to buy them, then you're pretty much set. So let me see. All right, nothing to pick up here, but I'm going to start with something I'm a little bit more familiar with. This guy should do well. So we have a Scotsfield, little single action revolver. And we also have the fanning trait, which means that I could quickly shoot it as long as I'm not doing an ADS, which is aim down sight. The Vetterli, throughout my hours, I'm pushing close to 500 hours in this game now, but the Vetterli I think is the best budget pick. Just, it's strong, has good range, generally will two-shot a player, if not one shot to the head. Its handling is very good. And yeah, let's go with this person here. Tara Glendening. Glendening? Alright, well. We'll go with some randoms, because why not? Hunt is more fun, I think, when you're playing with people. As a lot of games are. And, alright, let's do it. So we got here a cane coming from... Where is this? What language is that? I don't even know. There are legendary skins. Legendary, quote-unquote. Just cosmetic skins of sorts. Alright, we got a game. I really should switch it just to West Coast. Make sure I'm not getting killed for unnecessary reasons. I mean, those 40 millisecond ping, I mean, that matters, dude. Little man Surge, are you going to be joining me tomorrow? We're playing Hunt Tuesday, as we usually try to do. But you know you're welcome. This is one of the bounties that you see on the screen here, called Scrapbeak, the latest bounty in the game. I say latest, but gosh, what, it's been out for, what, a year now? Man, time flies. Pretty sure it came out. Gosh, what was it? Yeah, no, it might even be over a year since Scrapbeak has been out. Have you been following me, whether it be on Twitter, Discord, or YouTube, you'll know that I took a bit of a break last week. Saw a bit of an influx to subscribers and followers. Not really still sure where that's coming from, but wanted to wait and see where it settled because I have a suspicion that a good chunk of them might be bots. But it is what it is. For those that are here and intend to stay, welcome, welcome. Hope you enjoy. And yeah, the plan last week was to work on some clipping material, but I found out that YouTube apparently has a limit to when you can save videos new without downloading and editing them offline. So some of the videos I'm going to have to go back to and pull them down, actually do some third-party editing work, outside editing work. But what I ended up doing is a good chunk of my playlist videos. So the Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough, the Transistor playthrough. What are you shooting at?
Sorry.
All good, all good. All right, now everyone just heard that shot because shots do ring across the game. You could hear it pretty much map wide, and we got two bounties. We got one up here, two down here. Looks like one is, oh, we're already there. So on the top left, there's clues that you look for. And as you find the clues, you start to narrow down where the boss is. The boss being the bounty. And right now it's glowing white on the top left, which means no players are in the immediate vicinity at least. I don't really have any weapon to deal with this guy. Alright, let's see if we can't find ourselves... Oh, did they stick him? See if we can't find ourselves a weapon. Oh, found a cash register. Get some of that money. Hopefully we make it out alive to see it in our wallet. Damn, dude, where is a... Oh, I hear him. Coming for me. Still white. Looks like our team did use an explosive on it, so you can see that red bar. He's dead. All right. That was quick. All right, we're gonna go up here. Hey, Neff. There's a funny face. How you doing? Always enjoy seeing you in the chat. How's schoolwork been slowing down? What was it? Midterms during winter? Actually, I guess it's long past winter at this point, but we have a lot of collaborations going on next week. And Neff, you're actually, for those watching, Neff is going to be joining us for some more Risk of Rain. Doing well. How goes the Bayou? The Bayou has just started, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, what the hell? So noise is a big deal in the game, right? So you can hear the cans making noise. Go ahead and hide up here. Oh, all right. Looks like we got some people. This might be a mistake to hide right here, but you know, let's hide maybe a little further back. Yeah, right here might be good. Gives me an idea if someone opens that door. Oh, someone might be able to shoot me from here, though. You know what? We'll hide right here. And I'm gonna leave this light turned on. Something's outside freaking out. Alright, this is the waiting game. So on the top left, you see that banishing marker, which means that because we killed the bounty, we've banished it, and there's a timer. The problem with the timer is now it grayed out the entire map where this bounty is for every player in the game. A game might have up to 12 other people, and we got 3 on our team, including myself, so that means up to 9 people on the map that we got to watch out for. So everyone knows where we are and that the bounty is being banished. The question is, are people going to come down our way, or are they going to try to pivot over to the other bounty because they don't want to deal with PvP if they can avoid it? So it's fun. There's a lot of variety on how you can approach a match. And I was talking about this in one of my past videos, but I think one of the reasons why I like Hunt is that, so there's these 3 extractions on the map on the edge. We actually have one right behind us, which is nice. We'll see if we can't make it out. But if things start to go real south, right? You lose some health bars. Oh, it's right next to us. Oh, that should be fun. But yeah, if things go bad and you can't really contest with other people because, let's say, you know, you died and you lost a part of your health bar. Yep, right next door. Say hi to our neighbors soon. But yeah, you could extract.
Do you want to try and go for it?
Without getting anything. You can just leave the game and try again. I'm down, but the extract is also right behind us, so pick it up, pick it up.
I'm fine with whatever. We're also clean.
You want to fight or leave? Oh, good thing I jumped over it instead of tripping our own minds. Alright. Oh, get the hell out of here. Let's just... Alright, so it is a PvPvE game, so there's zombies everywhere. The one that I just killed with the knife, with the kind of wraps around it, I don't know what you would call it, it's called a husk. Piercing generally works best for it. You could also catch them on fire and they'll burn and die. Another thing I really like about the game, aside from just, you know, a short time to kill, there is a lot of different variety on how you can deal with the PvE aspect of the game. You can burn them. Some of the zombies are pretty weak to poison. This is a hive. God damn it. You can see, trying to get my aim down here. That was my first shot of the day. Leave me alone, guys. Alright. Alright, yeah. So, also, getting the bounty on the bottom left, you see that little orange timer. So if you pick up the bounty, you actually get roughly 5 seconds of wall hacking, basically. Within a certain radius. I think it's like 100... I think someone said 150. Might have been our good buddy Shadoris who pops in here and there. Alright. I'm just using it because we're at the extract. Alright, free traits. Till next time, fellas.
Till next time.
Alright, well the other bounty is going to have to deal with all the players on the map because we're out of here. Alright. take a free bounty. Why not? So hunt is interesting also because playing the game to the point of whether you kill everybody or die trying is, I think, in general, less productive. Because if you die, one, you lose your hunter. You lose all the items on your hunter. Whereas if you extract, whether you got the bounty, whether you killed players, or whether you had nothing at all, you make progress on your hunter, right? So you'll see here, there's this little old school feeling end screen. Skip and we'll just get it all. But you can see here, right? XP, we got some experience. It's not a whole lot because we, well, it's enough because we got the bounty. We got a lot of money out of it. And if you die, you really don't get any experience for your hunter because, well, one, they're dead. And you, I think, get like 150 bucks at most if you die trying. So having left, even though we didn't fight, now I have 15 trait points to make my hunter a little bit stronger, right? And because I don't have to buy an entirely new loadout, I overall I now ended with more money than I started. So it's one of the differences in Hunt Showdown that I really enjoy. All right, well, now that we have a large antidote shot, I don't technically need this one here. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's equip this. So they did add loadouts to the game. This is a relatively recent addition that showed up maybe like less than 6 months ago. Don't really remember when. But I was early on in my prestige, right? I prestiged like a week ago, I think, towards the tail end of the event. And now that I have the antidote shot unlock, I'm actually going to just double up on some dynamite. Dynamite usually guarantees, well, doesn't guarantee, but it increases the odds of getting some kills, and less players on the map means the better we'll do. And unlocks in the game are also interesting because in order to get like variants or special ammo for a weapon, you have to get experience and unlock the weapon, which these are just showing unlock requirements. Where is yeah, here we go. Earn experience, right, with the previous variant or any variant, doesn't really matter. And same thing goes with the equipment, which, for example, like the explosives, apparently I've already unlocked them all. Man, you have to use, right, explosives to start unlocking the other varieties of explosives in the game. So tons of ways to approach the game. All right, well, again, let's get some traits here. I'll talk a little bit about the traits I like. So I like to get Bulwark. It's kind of one of my auto buys just because it's 50% less damage from explosives, which I think it's one of the few, if not one of the only traits in the game that will guarantee, or not guarantee, but greatly increases the chances of surviving unless, a dynamite stick lands right next to you, right? I also don't have a bunch of traits because I'm still only ranked 34 on Prestige 7 here. But because I'm not taking antidote shots, I want Mithridatist. I also want, looks like I already have Determination, so I get some increased stamina, or at least stamina faster. Bloodless is good because there's 3 levels of bleeding, and I'm pretty sure the higher level of bleeding increases the tick rate that your health bleeds, as well as the time it takes to bandage it. All right, we got 6 more points. I really want to get, so now's the struggle where I really like Lightfoot, makes you a little bit more silent, right? Noise is a big part of the game. So if I can make less noise, more likely I might be able to kill a hunter. Physician's good because it reduces the time to bandage by like half. It's pretty significant, which means, more field bandaging. But I think this one could wait. But I also want Pack Mule, which means that if I find an item box or if I loot a dead player, I can get 2 items instead of 1, which can go a long way. But I'm thinking, gosh, what do I want to do here? I could. No, I only have 6 points. I don't have 7 points. Darn. Decisions. You know what? Let's just go with pack mule, and then what I'll do also is I'll get gator legs, which lets me move a little bit faster in water, as well as if I'm crouching, make less noise. Because water, if you get stuck in it, is a pretty bad death trap. So we'll see. We'll see. There's only 2 out of 3 maps where that really comes into play, but odds are we'll get it. Now the game did include in a gosh, I don't even know when it was, but several updates ago, they added these kind of weekly, daily rewards. So each hunter, right, has a little mark here if you get a successful extract, which we just did. So they get a little bonus. And then if you do 5 in a week or consecutively, then you'll get an additional small little bonus of these blood bonds, which is the money-based, the IRL money-based currency within the game. So they give you a decent trickle of it. You also get 1 free reshuffle of hunters that you can pick up. I'm actually gonna grab the freebie guy. So this is a tip for anyone looking to get into hunt. Pick up the freebie guy. You could use the freebie dude, but what I do is I would much rather get at least 1 guaranteed trait when I go in. So I just dismiss the dude and take the items. Free items. It'll save you a ton of money in the long run doing it that way. Let's see here. What else we got? This guy here has Serpent. This guy has an officer pair. Both of these are tempting, but Magpie is kind of whatever. I can wait around. Let's go in with another little warm-up. Okay, we'll take the same main weapon, but this time we have a little small scope on it. You guys can see what that looks like. Oh, and actually, how do I cancel that? Let's also change it just to West Coast. I'm pretty sure West Coast servers will be fine. Yeah, look at that. All right. Ooh, I got matched with the 4-star. Damn, that means our MMR. So I seem to be floating around the 260 mark, or not 260, 2600 mark, right between 3 and 4 stars. I'd say on average, maybe I'm like a little bit closer to 3 stars right now, just because my accuracy is sometimes swings pretty hard in the wrong direction. All right, nice quick game actually. I was surprised. Finding a party generally is pretty quick. Getting into the game can be hit or miss. Well, generally though, I think I never have to wait more than a couple of minutes. 3 stars are the most fun though. I agree. I think 3 stars is where there's a good mix of like good and bad players. I've noticed in the 4 stars that people start getting really good at their shots, so you don't really get that kind of Western firefight anymore where you're just like peeking and bang bang bang. You're just getting you either kill them or you die. If you miss your shot, you done fucked up. Yeah, 3 stars is pretty fun. 4 stars if you're good at the game or if you enjoy the game can be, but it's definitely a bit more intense. The players are a bit more serious in 4 stars. 5 and 6 stars, I watch a few YouTubers who I feel personally attacked. How? What did I say? You're the one doing the killing, man. Man, get out of here. But 5 and 6 stars doesn't seem fun to me at all. You're either a really good shot or you're just not going to have fun. Like accuracy matters in 5, 6 stars, 100%. Got 2 hives here. So this is the scope. This is the shortest scope that you can get. Scopes are a little awkward in the game, especially the larger your scope gets. This is a water devil in the water here, which will fuck you up. Careful for those. That works. Game audio might be a tad loud compared to my voice, so I'm gonna drop it, but let me know how it's coming through, guys. There's tons of little Easter eggs in the game too, so if anyone recognizes this, you got a little Forrest Gump in his box of empty chocolates here. You got a Bob Ross one. I think every map has a Bob Ross. People call it Bob Moss, I think. Or is it Moss Ross? I don't even know. Maybe we'll bump into him later. Alright, we got one clue. We're on Scrapbeak's side. Oh, good job. Now everyone knows. So birds are also important because you can hear them pretty far away. And then you can kind of see the direction of travel. So people can, you know, use that information to see like, okay, there's somebody over there. Because the PvE will not trigger animals within the game. There's birds, there's ducks, there's horses, there's dog pens and chicken coops. All of them. Man, we're just hitting all the hives, dude. There's 2 more up ahead. Damn. Alright, so you can see, even though it's a special, you can pretty much one-shot it if you get the attack on the head for the hive. Some melee weapons, you can also just attack them in the chest. Oh, what did I just hear? Is that a gunshot? He made noise in here right at the same time. Just a second. Oh, we found it. Oh, great. It's in the middle of the map. That'll be wonderful. Alright, Scrapbeak is here. We came from the bottom, so there could... Oh, what am I stuck on? Oh, somebody shot over here. Alright, well. Since I have this... That's from this way, right? That's behind us. I think that's behind us. Alright, well, let's hope that... how do I want to do this? God damn it, dude. I'm just triggering all the fucking birds. Oh, what was that noise? Was that the sound of his body hitting the floor? Yeah. God, I'm potentially in a bad spot. I kind of want them to peek that corner. But I also don't know if he's behind me. They went ahead and split up. There's one over there. There's one like behind me. Nice, somebody got hit by the trap. Okay, well. two groups fighting? Oh, it is two groups. Alright, let's go ahead and use up the stamina shot too while we're at it. Nice shot. Dang, okay. So yes, there's somebody over there. He got shot by something. Damn, dude, my ally's fucking kicking butt. Okay, got a flash. It's white, but we know there's at least somebody over here. Oh, fucking A. Can't see. Nice, dude. The Romero, man. This guy with the shot, he's fucking rushing and doing work. Oh, shit! Fucking A. I missed my shot, and then he got me with the... Oh, I didn't fully heal. That was my mistake. So he did 125 damage. That's exactly how much health I had. I messed up. That's right. I only had a weak stamina shot, so I only healed 75 and not full health. Whoopsies. Actually, I was in a safe spot. I should have just double bandaged instead. Oh, oh. Hi, I'm Bim. Alright. I'm not in the best spot. Oh, there's someone to your right, dude. Alright, let's see the other dude. Okay, he retreated. Tactical retreat. While we're dead and keeping an eye out here. So next week, on Monday, we have a collaboration with the Fulton, playing a little bit more Risk of Rain. I need to pick up the expansion now that I think about it. On Wednesday, we're going to be playing Fall Guys with Vector Spaceman, Manayu, and Hero King Soul. And on, I believe, Thursday, we actually have a massive collaboration with Among Us planned, and I believe we have 7 or 8 people who are going to be joining us for that. So it should be a fun time. And I also got hit up to play another game. Played it, I believe, once before on the stream. A game called Remnant from the Ashes, but we're going to be looking to get a collaboration with Regio Mikado from the Nova Storm. You might have seen us playing Halo Infinite with Spaceman and some others in our Friday night firefight. But yeah, Rig picked it up, and another one to look forward to. Oh, all right, there's steps nearby. Oh, actually, what shotgun is he using? That's... Oh, danger. Oh, watch the nade! You know what? This is what people are doing. They're hiding behind the terrain because consumables don't penetrate terrain. they'll penetrate like wood objects and some metal objects, but oof. Yeah, see, like he already lost half his health just from that. Man, my allies, dude. Stop making me look bad. Well, I am pretty bad, but fuck. Oh no. Get back here. Damn, what did I get stuck on, dude? Fucking A, I'm so bad at this game. Fucking A, I'm so bad. Let's see if I die here. This may not work out for me. Fucking A. Not next to the barrel. Hopefully. Oh no, there was another one. Damn it. All right. Well, I missed a few shots. That's what I'm talking about, though, man. You got to get the aim down. It doesn't help that, man, our teammates were doing good, too. I messed up. But I changed my sensitivity, and every time I do it, I'm like, is it the sensitivity, or am I just doing bad? It's probably both. I don't know. Hunt is interesting because I generally use my mouse with higher DPI. So trying to slow it down and Hunt being one of those more slower games, I can't tell if I'm overcompensating or if I'm just not getting the swing that I want. So maybe I need to bump it up again. Because I definitely feel like I was doing better, but, you know, man. Where did the other guy come from? He must have been another group up higher up is my guess, but I guess we'll find out because what I can check is under last match team details. Oh no, it was the same team. Dang. Yeah, all these 4 stars. Damn, dude. All right, well, could have gone better. So now that the hunter is gone, right? Actually, let's take a quick gander here. How much did I actually get out of this? Right, so dying, yeah, so 125. You get a little bit of XP for your account progress, but your hunter is gone, so you know no extra benefit there. You also the trickle of the IRL currency also you get for certain what should we call it, these cards. So some of them, right, will actually come with a certain bonus of that currency. So between the dailies, the consecutive wins, there's also this Mr. Cherry contract that as you play and get experience, right, you can do an offering. You have a small chance to get some dollars and blood bonds as well as some other items from that. But overall, yeah, I don't know. What did I set my controls to? Yeah, I think this used to be actually up in like the 120s. So maybe we'll mess with it. Honestly, I put so many hours in the game that I kind of don't really care about whether I live or die, because you can see I have a ton of money right now. I got the event just ended, so there was a recent event called Trader's Moon, and with the way the event works is that if you complete the event bar, usually up to like 5,000 bounty bucks, I believe, if you get progress towards the event. When the event ends, they'll give you that amount in hunt dollars. So I got a nice little stimulus check in hunt thanks to that. But yeah, let's see. So I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the Spitfire, but I don't think I have any on my inventory, so we'll just take the free items again. As far as the other weapons here, so I typically look at the traits first and decide, because traits are fixed. You can come in here and reset the hunter. Where is it? Why am I blind? Respec. But it costs 25 of the RL currency, so I'm just like, why would I ever do that? I don't know. Haven't quite figured out if it's worth that cost. Probably not, considering how you kind of churn through hunters here. Also, another little detail about Hunt Showdown is that there's 3 tiers of hunters. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, which I don't have yet. I'm too low rank to see those guys. But generally, Tier 2 is a little bit more camouflaged than Tier 1. Tier 3 is a bit more camouflaged than the rest. And then you have Legendary Hunters, which again, you can buy it with that paid currency. But again, they gave you quite a bit of it. So Legendary Hunters are always, they used to cost 333, now it's 200. But when you buy a Legendary Hunter, you get no equipment, but instead you get 3 random traits. So the random trait aspect of it kind of makes it a little less pay to win, right? The hunters in general are pretty, with a couple of exceptions, you can generally see the hunters, you know. I would argue that a lot of the tier 3 hunters are probably more camouflage than the majority of legendary hunters too. So it's an interesting combination. All right, let's jump into another one. Try to get some proper shots in. We'll see if the increased sensitivity helps me with my aiming, because man, that last one was bad. I tried to get the close range hand crossbow, and I would have had that guy with the knife, but I got stuck on something, the terrain, or I rubber banded. The game seems to be having a bit of a desync issue with the servers these days, so yeah, the movement didn't feel right. I feel like I desynced slightly on the terrain and it rubber banded me in like a small radius. Because I tried to jump over it, and instead I think I wiggled, which I wasn't trying to. Why you gotta be like that? Alright, what do I want to take here? So this guy has ghoul. So every time I stab a grunt, I'll get a little bit of health. Gator legs and adrenaline. So if I take damage, then I can run a little faster. Not really run faster, but I'll get stamina back to run faster. I think this guy, I'm actually gonna, it's also filter to owned. Let's go with the Vandal Strike. We'll actually take, oh, I don't have dusters. I'm not buying dusters. I can get dusters for free eventually. Ooh, what to take then? Let's take, because I'm going to be up close, right? So let's take the Romero, and we'll take also the Spitfire, just because the Spitfire has slightly increased rate of fire. So if I miss with a shotgun, I can pull this out and try to pop, pop, pop. That's the idea, at least. All right. Man, I'm so bummed out that I didn't get the knife attack. I should have gone left instead of right. I should have just tried to sneak up on him. I think he heard me and then ran around the long way, and can't win them all. Green Sauce Gaming, no way. He's got the green sauce. That's salsa verde. Ansky Lily. What's an Ansky? Why does that sound familiar? I feel like, should I know what that word is? Not a word. Last name? Alright. So we're currently waiting for other players with the matchmaking. I wish I could go in here and look at some other hunters, but the problem is once matchmaking starts, you're kind of locked in, and before matchmaking starts, if you switch hunters, that's the character you're moving into the match with, so let's avoid that. Fortunately, it looks like, although the progress, I always wondered if progress of the lore books carried over, because there is, oh, excuse me, there is a little bit, just a little bit of trickle that you can get through unlocks here. I'm almost done with the immolator, which is nice. The meathead one is ridiculous. You gotta, for the last meathead one, you have to get 50 melee kills. And I've tried going up against the meathead with the bomb lance, which I think is the strongest melee weapon in the game. Pretty sure it is. And I think it takes like 4 or 5 swings. And the meathead, if you get slapped by him like 3 times, you're dead. Maybe even twice. So I'm not really sure what the trick is here, because you could use something like dynamite, and dynamite, any size of dynamite will one-shot him if it lands right next to the meathead. So yeah, I haven't figured out what the easy way to get the melee kill for the meatheads. And then for clean sweep, gosh, what was clean sweep? Clean sweep, I believe, was getting every bounty and extracting. Yeah. So a little bit easier if it's a single bounty map. Multi-bounty maps, you're going to have to basically go up against other players. Some of those other players may even have the other bounty, giving them that dark sight, or not dark sight, the dark sight wall hacking, right? So you can kind of see where players are. But we'll get that eventually. That's just a matter of time. Apparently this playthrough I haven't encountered a assassin yet, which is interesting. I don't know what the deal is, but I've been trying to mess around with the voice parameter for the mouth movement. It doesn't work very well. Would be nice. JC, what's going on? Oh, I'm always having fun. The question is whether I'm winning or not. That is always the challenge. But how you been doing? Hope you're doing well. Happy, what is it, Monday? Yeah. All right. Oh, buddy. All right. All right, so this time I have the Romero. I have the shotgun. I'm not sure if the other dude was using the shotgun, or the Romero shotgun. He might have been using the Terminus. Or not the Terminus. The new one. What's the new one called? Why am I blanking on it? The pump shotty. Why can't I remember its name? Oh well. But that new pump shotty seems a bit busted. Like, not only does it have the firepower of the Romero, which is a single fire, but you can then quickly reload the damn thing. It really throws me off why it's so good. I do wonder if they'll nerf it eventually. So at the moment... This also is making some noise here. Yo, you good, bud? He's getting killed by the hive, right? What the hell is he taking damage? Yeah, what the fuck? Happy today because you found your ultimate goal. Oh man, the ultimate, dude. Is it something that you can share, or is it a secret? Does it have to be kept safe? We still haven't gotten the bounty. What are we doing, guys? So that is a choke bomb, which if that immolator comes this way, he's gonna snuff himself out and die. Alright, we got one bounty clue. Alright, let's go. This team worries me. One guy is like kind of AFK. I'm not really sure what he's doing. What are you pinging here? Gosh, dude. Yeah, my sensitivity, dude. It feels low. Horses. Oh, no, not reset. Kind of a secret. Told a few homies. That's cool, dude. I know how those are. Well, always fun to hear when someone has found an ultimate goal. Hope it works out. Excited to hopefully hear about it one day. Okay, so the default movement was the one throwing me off. I want to be bigger than my UCLE uncle and make my whole family proud. Hell yeah, dude. Go for it, I believe. Yeah, this guy, dude. What's happening with this dude here? Alright. Okay, I guess we're moving over to the other bounty. Oh, great. Hounds. Everyone's favorite. You better not phase through that gate, dude. Oh, what the? I hate these dogs. What? That didn't hit you? You little ass. Trigger dogs. That's fine. Alright. This team here is filling me with so much confidence right now. What is happening? Yeah, feels a little bit better. We did get the clue, right? Okay, we did. What is that noise? That's an immolator up ahead. Yeah, it is. I didn't bring any blunt weapons. That's a problem. He saw people? He must have seen people. Alright. So we might have some people here. Got dogs over there. That's a zombie. Wait, was there people? What are you pinging? Oh, that's just zombies, dude. What the heck? You guys are throwing me for a loop. You're tilting me. Stop it. I can tilt myself alone. Thank you very much. The one bounty's already nearly banished. What's going on with the spider here? And we know it's not here, which means it's going to be at the Brinnery. I think that's how you pronounce it. Fucking break the door down, guys. Yep, okay. Damn, dude, there's another immolator. I can't deal with these guys. Oh, that's the other bounty. Is this the one with the water wheel? I think somebody's here. Yeah. Careful, people. Dude, get off of me. God, I don't like being grouped up like this, you guys. Walk. Oh, what the fuck? Nice. They got the jump on him. Maybe that guy tried to push for me. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? We didn't kill her. They kill her? Curious. Where'd she go? I didn't hear a death sound, so she's probably still alive somewhere. Oh, I might have hit my ally there. Oh no. God damn it. Alright, how can I get up there? I wonder if they realize that I'm over here. This is where that second fucking stamina, or not stamina, dynamite would have come into. Oh, come on! Oh! Fucking A. She better not show up around the corner here. Oh! How? There's somebody behind me. Fucking A. Headshot. Damn it. Alright. Couldn't do anything about that. I wanted to get our ally up because that corner was being watched. I heard him, but I was hoping he wouldn't see me. I wonder if he was part of the same team or a different team. Because there was at least two inside. Man, if I got that shotgun, I should have just rushed him when he was at the train. Maybe that would have been better. Although he did get a shot off on me. So if I got closer... No, the Romero would have... If I landed it square on his chest, he would have died. I would have survived with like one small bar worth of health. Let's see. Let's see if it was one or two teams. Ah, damn, it was the same team. Alright. So far, first two games, a little rough. As Hunt Showdown is. So this guy has 500 alert mines, weak shot, sparks. I do want to start using the sparks a little bit because I saw a bit of a meme build using poison ammo and a trait called Poison Sense, which lets you see people who are poisoned using your dark sight, which gives you kind of a impromptu wall hacking of sorts. Seems like a fun thing to try to do. So let's see here, but I'm so bad with single fire weapons. I'm so used to just having the ability to, you know, lay down some suppressive fire, which single fire weapons, if you connect your shots, which again, I'm not doing a great job at, then you can apply some pressure because they either have to be real fucking confident or they're going to get one tapped and go down by any other weapon, right? So yeah. This guy is pretty cheap. Bolt Thrower Beast Base. You know, let's pick him up too. I do like the idea of using a little crossbow here and there. Alright, we'll buy that. And for the offhand, if I'm using a crossbow, let's use something... Ooh, do I have the... No, I don't own any. Oh, I do own an officer. Is that what I should use for this one? It fires a little quicker, so I think I will. Yeah. And then the guy earlier has fanning. Fanning's a fun ability. It can definitely swing a fight when you're close range. Alright, what kind of contraband do I have? Let's use the Scott's Field for that one. And for the main weapon... Ooh, what to use for the main weapon here? Let's go with the... Because I have fanning, let's go with the sparks for this guy. I already have a sparks. I don't need extra penetration with the special ammo. Alright, I actually need to use the restroom real quick, so I will be right back and see you all in a few seconds here. Alright, I have returned. So, before we start the next match here, let me share something with you guys here real quick. The schedule for the week, I tried changing it up a little bit. I had a suggestion. If you guys have seen my past schedules, then you might recognize that I had like a little short, gosh, how long was it? Like a 6-second clip, or maybe it was a 10-second clip of kind of a schedule introduction, and then it animated the cards of what I'm playing on the screen. But I had a suggestion that was like, you know, at a glance, people want to just see it when they look at it, right? So I decided to make it a single pager. I still like the idea of making it a little animated, so I put some effects on it. A little simple edit, but let me pull it up real quick because I want to get you guys a take on it if you guys do ever see it. So let me see here. Let me go ahead and enlarge this. And let's see here. If I switch over to my other screen, there it is. You love whatever I do? I appreciate you, man. I love your support. I am overall very satisfied with kind of how things have kicked off. It is a lot of fun. I never really talked about it. I would like to one day kind of get more into just kind of talking, which is something I'm not super great at because I feel like, you know, I got to do something, right? I got to throw a game on or, you know, make it enjoyable for you guys. And whenever I'm talking with someone, I generally like to have dialogue, right? And doing it with the chat is sometimes challenging because, well, one, it's chat and voice is a different thing, right? Text versus speaking. So I do want to, you know, eventually maybe have some other folks in the community, right? Whether they be VTubers or people looking to become VTubers or people who have made it, if I, you know, can get their attention, and maybe just do a little talk show of sorts. It is something I would like to try to do, but scheduling, man, scheduling's a bitch. And the other thing to it is everyone who is doing streaming or VTubing kind of has their own schedule too, right? So it's really something you got to plan and kind of collaborate on, which I enjoy the planning aspect of it. I think it's something that in the past, at least, I've done an all right job at. So yeah, maybe something to look forward to in the future. Right now, it's really just kind of my Sunday, the D&D campaign, Horizon Exploration, and then I, you know, play games during the week. But outside of that, there are some topics I'd like to explore. The question is, when do I get around to feeling like it's an appropriate time to introduce some of that stuff? But yeah, let me bring the screen up here. Let me also bring the game audio down so you're not hearing two tracks playing at once. But let's see here. Browser. Hello. Browser. That's weird. I am not seeing it. Let me try exiting studio mode. Studio mode loves to troll me. Hello? Browser? Huh. Hold up. Maybe I forgot to switch the frame that it's on? I did. There it is. Yeah. So here we go. So the current... You're interested in the way I make it all move? Hey man, one of these days hit me up on Discord. I'd be happy to talk about it. And you know what? Maybe I'll do a stream about it one day, right? Because another plan, another idea that I have kind of in the back of my head is I've spent a lot of time working with some artists, right? Because I never developed the kind of artistic talents that some people in the space have. So artwork and music is all commissioned. Right, which there's a good group of the community who goes that route, much like I did. But one thing I always enjoyed was tinkering with the technology a little bit. And not gonna lie, there's other folks out there who do a much better job at the tinkering side of things than I do. But yeah, I like the elements that I got here. It's all just done through OBS, no special plugins, so it's all just very time-consuming labor of setting up transitions and layers through the OBS setup, and it came out fairly nice. I do have an upgrade coming up. I think it's going to be released here, not released, but revealed, I should say, next month. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, so here's my Twitter, right? Obviously, I changed the branding up at the top here. But the old schedule, shoot, what's the way to find it? Media, right? I hate social media so much, guys. I know I talk about it from time to time, but let's see here. Let me find one of the old schedules, right? Just so you guys have something to compare to. Where the hell is it? Oh my God, this is the problem. Like, I'm scrolling down so much just for myself. You can imagine, because I follow anyone that I see that I'm like, you're in the same space. I think you're doing some cool things, or I'm curious, or I appreciate your support, so I'm gonna support you, right? I just follow people. Media is poggies. Yeah, true. Yeah, so here's my old schedule, right? Which let me actually mute the game audio here. And yeah, so I put a little track on it, right? And it plays. Let me actually go back to the beginning, right? So this is the old schedule. And it plays, and I think, I thought, hey, it's like 2 seconds and it shows everything. I thought it was okay, but it is on the screen for a very short period of time. So the new one, and overall, I do think that, this is probably a better take at the schedule, right? But now we have something like this, which is just kind of single pager. I have one that has 3 days, 4 days, and 5 days, and then we got our Sunday Horizon Exploration campaign, right? So single page, still has a little bit of animation on it, giving it some glitch effects and all that fun stuff. But yeah, overall, I think it's a positive. Also, if you haven't seen it, I did this little. So I've seen this trend where people were doing Immersion Break and posting pictures of themselves. Now, I decided to go into vtubing so I don't have to show myself. But I was like, hey, you know what? I ride a motorcycle. Coincidentally, my cyberspace appearance here is not too far off from my helmet IRL. So yeah, Immersion Break. You're welcome, guys. But yeah, it was fun. It's fun. I haven't looked at any of those comments yet, but we'll get around to it at some point. All right, let's go ahead and hide that and mute that as well. Get out of here, audio. Yeah, let me know what you guys think on Twitter or in the Discord. I think overall, again, net positive. I'm pretty stoked about it. slowly but surely, we're making some progress. We're doing what we can, as many of us do, right? I also want to make a video here. I got sidetracked. Sorry, that tends to happen. So I was talking earlier about some ideas of videos. I do want to make a video eventually talking about the particular artists that I've worked with, right? So I was getting to a point earlier where I don't have those artistic talents developed. So I have to go to third parties. And I want to talk a little bit about kind of the process that I went through, what I think helps to make a good experience working with some of these folks. Because, you know, artists have their own schedules. They're usually juggling multiple projects. Some of them undervalue their work. Some of them overvalue their work. I think, you know, because unless someone has a very strict price list, there's room to negotiate. So I kind of want to talk about a lot of that, as well as highlight, you know, the artists that have helped me get to where I am today, right? Especially, you know, talking about like the model work, talking about my BRB screen. Now, some of the work, obviously, like my overlay that's, you know, currently set up is something that I did, right? The ability to kind of make things move in and out, make my chat come in and out, all that fun stuff, as you see here. This is all, you know, my doing here. But the model, the little art on the top right, the art on the bottom left, the animations aside, which is just, you know, small little things that I did, is all relatively, you know, done by third parties. And then I tweak it around and try to make it look a little cooler to my taste. And we go from there. But yeah, I want to do some streams where I prepare the stream in a format where it's basically, as soon as I'm done with it, I can cut the edges and it's a video that I can put up on YouTube, right? Because I need to really look at how I'm going to start making YouTube content, because YouTube is different from Twitch. And that's another conversation point I want to talk about at some point, right? The difference of Twitch and YouTube and why I went with YouTube. I think that would be an interesting conversation to have. And I've talked a little bit about it with some others during collaborations, but I don't know if I've really sat down and talked about it, right? I think part of me is waiting for a larger audience to try to talk about it with. And again, this is where it comes down to a problem of scheduling, because a lot of early supporters for VTubers, from the looks of it, is other people interested in the VTubing space, right? Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get some streamers who are interested, and getting the audience, right? You have to kind of be pushing more into the more mainstream or certain content realm versus the streaming realm. Because I think there's a clear difference between streaming and content creating, right? I'm doing okay with the streaming side. The streaming side, honestly, is a lot easier to approach. You just got to push that live button and try to be as consistent as possible, right? Because that consistency will help. It sets up kind of a trend for people to know when you're around. And content, right? The things that people are going to be watching multiple times, and what really, I think, grows a channel, or at least what will grow a channel, is takes a little bit more time, effort, and planning and formatting. And there's a lot of elements that go into it, aside from just the sheer fact of how long is the video, what's the audience that it's being advertised to, how are you getting the word out, because all of that shit matters to build a channel, I think. And some of this information of what I think comes from just my past job experience in business. We'll say it that way. But yeah, going back to the artists, right? Getting sidetracked again. Definitely want to shout out, right, the creators that I've worked with, talk about the process, the work in progress, some of the stages. And yeah, we'll figure that out in due time. But I have things I'd like to do. It's just a question of when and how and what's the format, and obviously balancing that with IRL stuff, as many of you know, right? It is something that gets challenging the older you get. And right now I put myself in a position where I can do it. So yeah, we'll find time to make it happen. But first of all, one of my main goals at the moment is really just kind of getting out there, getting comfortable with streaming, getting comfortable just talking about random shit like I am right now. But also, you know, meeting people. That's actually one of the big reasons why I got into the streaming and VTubing is to try to meet some of these people that I was watching. And then, you know, you learn how big the space really is once you look at, you know, under the water. It's like an iceberg. people really only see the tip of it. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And frankly, when it comes to VTubing, man, streaming is so much easier. IRL streaming is so much easier than VTubing. Like, it's really underestimated how much effort goes into people who really, really do well with the VTubing side. Because you're essentially a puppet master, right? If you think about it. But there's also, if you're not making assets yourself, there's a pretty hefty cost to it. And that cost, I think people underestimate. But let me see here. Anyways, let's get back into the game. Enough talking for a little while here. Let's see. I do want to double check something. This is something I've been noticing. Oh, I want to hear double myself. Okay, that's interesting. So in YouTube, I always thought this on the bottom right corner, right? There's a little logo for my channel that you could click on to subscribe. I thought the setting was set to only show up at the end of a video, but I guess if you're live streaming, it's always there, huh? Well, if it ever becomes something that blocks me, it looks like it's kind of on my shoulder on a small screen at the moment, so I'm hoping it's all right, but yeah. All right. Anyways, enough distraction. Let's get into it. So what did I say? We're going to be going in here with... Let's take the sparks in. Yeah, we got levering again. Shoot, did that last hunter I took have levering? I had the shoddy and levering. Nah. What ended up happening? I got him with a knife. Man, I have a shotgun. I'm close range, and I still decided to knife the guy. I don't know, dude. There's something about Hunt Showdown and using melee. I really like it. And speaking of melee... So on Friday, I think I did this once on a weekend where I played a game called Back 4 Blood, right? It's kind of like the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, if any of you are familiar with that. And Back 4 Blood, I think, is a bit more hardcore than Left 4 Dead, or at least it can be. Thankfully, there's crossplay, otherwise the game would be dead on PC. But I found that one of my favorite builds in that game is actually using melee. So I don't know, maybe I should learn how to use a knife properly. So I seem to enjoy knives. I don't own like weapons though. I guess I do own a couple of knives, but it's more for camping and, well, got a little box cutter, right? I think everyone has a box cutter. All right, here we go. Another thing, talking about kind of the stream idea. So, right, there's the highlights for content, or not, highlights for artists. We'll call it that, is one idea. The other is, I don't know if it would be like a talk show. I feel like I don't really have the energy for a talk show. Maybe more like a podcast type of a setup might be more appropriate for me. Ooh, looks like I missed one of your messages, JC. What did you say? Make myself my own model, but I doubt the way I do art is... Wait, what? I doubt the way I do art is complicated as fuck. Oh, you doubt the way you do art because it's complicated. Well, I mean, honestly, I think that is, unless you have something to compare to, I think you're... What's the word I'm looking for? I think you're overthinking. That's the word. Because I've worked with artists where some of them are very clean with the way they do their work, right? They do a very rough sketch, they'll do line work, and then they'll do the colors, and then they'll do effects, right? Super clean. Yo. And then others, you know, because I always request for the commercial license for it, so I pay extra because, you know, I'm streaming and you never know what's going to happen. But when it comes to some artists, I've gotten files back where they are just a layer nightmare, right? And I think that's a good thing when it comes to art, right? You want to have layers because you want to make sure that... Good job, buddy. You want to make sure that you can easily make modifications and edits and, you know, whatever the deal is. But to each their own, because different artists, right? I've seen, I don't know. what's the best way to explain it? I've seen enough varieties of how people do art, and I've seen a few people that I've collaborated with doing art streams, right? They all do it a little different, right? There's really no one way to do art. It's the progress of it, right? And I've seen folks who have made really amazing artwork, and I've seen those that have, you know, bit scuffed artwork, and I've seen those that, you know, they're still you know, honest opinion, I think they have, you know, another year or two before they make something that's gonna catch on, but the effort is there, and I always envy that effort, because again, art is not something that I've really spent a lot of time to develop, right? When I was younger, I actually used to like drawing birds. I thought I drew birds decently for what it's worth, but you know, as you get older and as I got a career, all of that kind of went away, and I just, you know, played games with friends and did work. That was it, right? So yeah, if you make your own model, if you make your own art, whether it's, you know, going from PNG to 2D to 3D, whether you rig it yourself or not, I think is another issue, right? A lot of people in the VTubing space, I think, have a misconception that you have to do the art yourself, you have to do the rigging yourself. But if you have the means, to do it yourself, I fully encourage anyone to pursue it, because it is not only just an interesting process, and it's a variety of skills that could go a long way, right? I mean, hell, dude, a good live 2D model, you could easily ask $4 grand or more to make it. Even a not so great live 2D model, you could probably get, you know, one grand or more from it, right? I believe my model, even though maybe we'll talk about it someday, but mine was about 1.5. Frankly, I think I got more out of it than I paid for at this point, but yeah. What are we doing here? Someone just typed something. I can't see it. There's proximity for the text chat. Guess we're gonna go to Sweet Flower. So this is single bounty map. But yeah, JC, you shared your interface with me once, and I caught you on the stream once. I think your interface looks really cool. I mean, early, right? I think it's still early for you, but you're working on it. I'm excited to see when you pop off. Nova Swarm, Haya. I recognize that Haya. What's up, Ellie? All right, what are we doing here? I don't know what we're doing. Why am I not seeing the other markers? Is it here? What the hell's going on? Get them all. Get what all? There's only one bounty, dude. What's up, Shadow? Yeah, now they're showing up. That was bizarre. The good thing about learning live 2D and doing your own rigging is that you don't need to rely on others. Absolutely. Yeah, see, that's the struggle, right? And I'm gonna, you know, with Nova Swarm in the chat here. So Nova Swarm's out over on Twitch. Check him out. We've done collaborations in the past. We might do some more in the future. But oh, okay, you're gonna deal with that. But Nova Swarm does a lot of cool things, and I think the idea of having 3 people on a single channel is a fantastic idea. I'm actually a little envious that you guys have a close-knit group that decided to go into that on the deep end together, right? Very cool. And the other day, I saw the tail end of it, so I didn't say anything, but they were doing some 3D rigging of a weapon. I think Regal is the one of the 3 that does more of the 3D assets, right? Whereas Lyra's a bit more musical, and she does some nice little artwork and sketches as well. And obviously Ellie here in the chat does quite a lot of artwork, and I love their art style. But yeah, doing your own art assets, having kind of the ability to say, hey, I'm just gonna make it myself, is a huge bonus. Like the fact that I have to have the funds to go to a third party is a struggle sometimes, right? And right now, even I'm at a point where I think I've generated enough where I can really start to slow down and kind of focus on what I have. So that's why, you know, what is it, like in the 6 months that I've been streaming, it's actually coming up very soon in like 2 weeks. I think it will be 6 months. But I've worked with 15 artists, including musicians, animators, riggers, right, for the model. Like, I've worked with 15 people. I think my total cost is somewhere up in the 14K range at the moment. Now, obviously, I approach this in a way that most people don't have the luxury to do. I've worked fairly decently in the past 10 years in my past career. Taken a bit of a, not a retirement, but a time off from work. So, you know, I set aside some money and was like, hey, I like the VTuber thing people are doing. Dude, is our buddy gone? What's happening? Hey, what are you guys up to? Trying to talk in the game here. Alright, he's coming back. We got people here. Saves us a lot of money, though. It isn't without headaches. Of course, logistically, get the redo one channel thing. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, it's kind of on your own time, on your own dime, right? So the worst that you have to do is kind of, I imagine, balance work, life, sleep, and VTubing. So... But I am always very excited to see what you guys put out. I think it's super cool. I look forward to what you guys are putting out there. I'm envious of the art that you guys do. Yeah, go check out Novastorm over on Twitch and Twitter and all that fun stuff, guys. They're definitely a channel that I've got my eye on, and not to toot my own horn, but I think I have a good eye for people. So, oh, get out of my way! All right, where's this clue at? Alright, we heard people here. Looks like they left. Man, this has been the weirdest game. I'm so distracted talking to you guys right now and just kind of brain dumping some ideas that I'm not really paying attention to the game. One of our guys like went completely AFK for a little bit. This has been a weird morning of Hunt Showdown, guys. People have been like running around in circles. I'm hoping to follow one of these guys who's trying to play seriously, and we're all kind of it's the blind leading the distracted right now. All right, you know what? We know we're behind some people. Yeah, let's just pop this. Are you winning at least? So far, I'm not, but you know, in spirit, where are you going? Oh, he's going to the wagon. What are you shooting, dude? I'm so confused by my teammates right now. They're probably equally confused at me. So here's one of those special enemies that you can just burn to kill. This one's a variant that actually has these wires around him, which will cause bleeding if you get too close. All right, we got one here. This guy's the one that's been around. That guy's distracted like I am. But honestly, I don't really mind losing in Hunt Showdown. I mean, it's obviously better if I win. It's better material if I win, and obviously a bit more exciting if I win. But I put so many hours in the game that overall, I'm netting positive, whether it looks like I am or not. So I'll take those small victories, sure. Dude, we're making so much noise. The whole world knows that we're here. I'm just waiting to see like a person's head poke in somewhere. Bounty's being banished right now. There's some money right there. I don't know where all the players are. We encountered one group of players, but they decided to book it away. Take that knife to the chest. Ooh, let's see if I get myself killed here. Alright, we gotta go. I don't know what we're doing here. We're all over the place. We're spread out in a funny formation. I will say that probably my favorite times playing this game is definitely with the friends on Discord, though. Being able to joke around and still kind of get serious when shit hits the fan is definitely good. Ellie, if you're still around, so Regil and I chat on and off about collaborations. Obviously, we got the Halo that we do with Spaceman, and then Regal and I are actually talking about doing some of this game called Remnant from the Ashes. Lyra, I think, is still on her Genshin binge, right? And I'm hoping maybe I'll find some time to play some Genshin with her too. But what kind of multiplayer games are you like big on? When are we gonna find something to do? I guess we did do the escape room simulator a while back. That was a good time. This emulator is gonna be a problem. Where is it? Oh! How did I die? What the fuck? I didn't even... Oh, it was suppressed. Headshot from where? 11 meters? What the fuck? I didn't even hear anything. I just keeled over. What the fuck? What the hell? Where did I get shot from? Oh, great. This is going to be interesting. I don't know if the gunshot went off. I don't know what just happened. I just died. Gotta do something real quick. Are you the one that's been needing... Oh, he tried to bait us. Gotta do something real quick. This is a horrible fucking time to try to do so. Oh, maybe that was from a while ago. Dude, you're right next to a barrel. You gotta watch out for that. Wow, dude. If you wallbang me right now. Oh no. Ah! Try to make... Oh my god. Oh no, I don't have any... I don't... Oh no, you didn't die. Come back. Oh, we traded. God damn it. Oh, I love melee in this game so much. But... Oh, all right, all right. Maybe I should start taking the saber when I have the opportunity to take it. Risk of, oh, you know what? Speaking of Risk of Rain 2, so Neff and I are going to be playing Risk of Rain 2 on Monday, Neff and I know you guys played with Zenobia not long ago, right? So maybe the four of us can get a game in, right? Because Risk of Rain 2, I think, plays 4 people, if I'm not mistaken. That might be an idea. I'd be down for that. Overwatch. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be touching Overwatch again. I'm going to be difficult because there's a handful of games and publishers that I'm just like, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. You're dead to me. So, unfortunately, Overwatch is going to be crossed off on my list. Xbox Game Pass for free with your Discord Nitro. Oh boy. Game Pass is... I have mixed feelings about, because I come from a background that is involved in sales and marketing and technology and business operations. So I know what the battle passes are all about. The game passes, it's all about that recurring revenue, as they call it in the industry. But I've also heard from, who was it? I was talking to somebody off stream, and they were telling me how, they can't afford, to buy a game every month, but they get tons of games that they can play. That kind of, some of them I think go on rotation, right? And the battle pass I think is like $10 a month or something like that, if you're not getting it for less somewhere else. So, the subscription type service, I think overall works. And I think the negative opinions for it were a bit of an issue in the past, right? Especially when people were trying to figure out, how are we going to make this work? What's the value? Especially when it comes to like the remote stream play services, right? Nowadays, it's just like, hey, we'll just give you the games. I think there was a point where everyone was like, oh, we're gonna host it because the hardware is expensive. But if you're gonna game, you're gonna game, right? Taking advantage of Game Pass, 3 months. So I'm considering canceling if it's not worth it. That's the problem too, right? It might be worth it for a game or two, but if you're not finding any games to play and 2 months go by, actually no, if let's just say it costs $10, right? Let's say in 5 months, if you don't find a game that you're willing to play, you're probably wasting your money. But if you play one game every 5 months, like actually play through it for like 40 hours or whatever the average kind of game per $50-$60 are nowadays, then I'd say it's worth it, right? You at least get your money's worth. I always thought that about like board games and going to the movies, right? Because board games are expensive. Like some of the bigger board games easily cost $100 or more, right? But if I break it down to like, hey, if I enjoy a night with some friends over, let's say we play it, 5 times? A $100 game is now $20 a weekend. And that's the cost of, going to the movies 10 years ago. No, that's a joke. But yeah, it's pros and cons, right? As many things have. All right, well, where's the oh, I didn't get the credit for the kill because no, I did get credit for the kill. Yeah, but we traded at the end there, and man, our team was so distracted. Headspace isn't quite there, and Hunt is much like many shooter games, is a bit difficult to play when you don't have your headspace kind of in the game, which is something I'm having a bit of a rough time with on the streams. Actually, I'm trying to find, so I've identified certain games that I enjoy to stream, right? Whether because there's the potential for good clippable material, not that I'm doing a great job at that yet, and I think a lot of match-based games generally work pretty well, right? Because people can stick around for a match, come back when they feel like it, whereas long playthroughs, you really have to kind of enjoy the game, or you enjoy watching the person play the game. So I decided, single-player kind of story games, I'm going to do one at a time, right? We did Transistor a while back, and then right now we have Horizon Zero Dawn that's going on. Who knows what we'll play after Horizon Zero Dawn. I have a couple of them in mind, but we'll get to that when we do. And yeah, the other streams, right? I definitely think I enjoy shooters, but I know the audience, right? There's a massive audience for like building games. So obviously Roblox, I think that's what it was called, and Minecraft are just absolutely massive. But Roblox is weird to me. So I don't know if I'll ever get into it just because it just feels weird to me. And then Minecraft, oh gosh, I can't touch Minecraft. Like Valheim was enough. The people who know me on the Discord and through Discord and IRL who saw me playing Valheim know how hard I went into Valheim. And even once they stopped playing, I played like an entire world by myself. Like I got sucked into Valheim. I'm still willing to play Valheim. It's just I want to play with people. Valheim is one of those games that I enjoy with people. As much as, games in general are. Probably because I grew up with games being more of a group experience than a solo experience, as much as I'm doing it solo right now. But Minecraft, gosh, dude, if I got into Minecraft, it'd be like Legos on steroids, building shit. I can't do it. Oh, don't tempt me. You know, if you tease me, I'm not like the others. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, let's do it and never hit you up on it. I'm gonna start hounding you guys. Well, you've already made your first mistake by saying that you'd be down to play again. I'm gonna be talking about it at some point with you guys, I'm sure. But yeah, Valheim's a ton of fun. I do wonder though, if having played Valheim a couple times, and actually Valheim was my very first game I played on stream, now that I think about it, right? Valheim was early on something I definitely played, but I think I realized that I think making a new character for the stream might have been a mistake. Because yes, there is the side of, you know, starting from zero, and, you know, there's always that element. But the fact that I think Minecraft has the same problem, right? Where if a certain update comes out, you have to actually generate a new world to get those new world assets and elements, right? Some of the like craftable materials, it's easy to add into the existing world. But I think Valheim had an issue a while back. I don't know if it's changed, where, you know, they released like tar as a resource, and certain old worlds just didn't have it, right? It wouldn't generate, so you had to generate a new world. I feel like making a new character and starting over in Valheim turned me off a little bit. As much as I've played around with another character in the past, just to, you know, try out like bow and arrow, because my main character, my first character in Valheim, never touched a bow. My bow rating is 0, and I'm pretty sure if as long as you use it once and get 1 point, it'll never go below 1, right? So I always use the throwing spear. I was a fucking Spartan in that game. And man, I miss that play style. I really just want to go back to using spear and board. So I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it. We'll get a group chat going on in Discord, Ellie, and maybe something for the future. Yeah, right. You miss all your good stuff. It's like you're basically playing you're playing New Game Plus without the plus, and it's just like, what a grind. Yeah, Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft I think is the same deal, right? And I don't know if in Minecraft, is your character tied to the world, or is your character separate like in Valheim, where you can take your character and just bring it into a world? I'm not a Minecraft expert, but let me know. I'm curious. But yeah, Valheim definitely. And hey, Kilvin, I see you. Hey, what's up, bud? Happy Monday. How's your day going? For you, I guess, end of the day. It is many the item you have. It is. Wait. Dude, you gotta slow down on your typing sometimes, bud. What is that sentence? Tied to the world. Ah, okay. So that's the downside of it, right? So every time you start a new world in Minecraft, you got to start up a new character, is what I'm hearing. There is no states attached to your character. Okay, so that's actually one thing I do like about Valheim, right? Is the fact that I can join a friend's world, check out what they have with my character, right? And I love character building. I love role-playing and role-playing games. So Valheim actually has a good element there with the role-playing aspect of it, especially because of the way the skill progression works. I love their skill progression. How the more you use an item, the better you get with it, and if you die, you lose, you know, a chunk of it. It's very, for me, it's very satisfying. I love games that have the kind of your play style and your decisions affects your character in the end. I love that. I actually do that a little bit in a couple of D&D games I ran in the past. And Kilvin, you were actually part of it. So for those, gosh, I kind of just want to, you know, we're gonna leave the audio on. Let's get a devil's advocate, because that's my boy. And oh, I guess I'm covering it. Yeah, we'll go back to here. And let me also mute the game audio for now. Yeah, let's talk a little bit, because I'm definitely distracted, as my last game showed. Right, but Valheim has this mechanic where, no, what was I getting? I already talked about that. Kilvin. Yes, the D&D game we played. So I had run this fun little D&D campaign. It was my first campaign. Very heavy story driven. In hindsight, very railroaded. but I think all the players had a great time. And what it was a Goblin campaign. So all the players started at level 0 as a goblin in a goblin village. And the first 3 levels, if I recall, was kind of prologue tutorial, right? Level 0 was maybe prologue. And then level 1 to 3 was like tutorial character building phase. And what happened is, if I recall, in those early levels, depending on your actions, I think I gave every player like 1 or 2 ability score bonuses, right? So if you were being very stealthy, I think I gave you guys like a dex bonus. If you were being very physical, I gave you a strength bonus. If you were being very talkative and charismatic, you got a charisma bonus, which kind of set up your character from that level 0 where you really didn't have a whole lot of ability scores distributed to where a level 1 character might start out, right? But then what I also did is at level 3, the characters had like an evolution, right? I think this was around the time when a lot of isekai anime and manga were making their appearance, and there was like a evolution series, a series where evolution was tied into it. God, what was it called? It was Goblin dudes. Gosh, I'm forgetting the name. I'm blanking on it. But there was a series that I was super big on, and I thought it was super appropriate for a Goblin campaign because as they got stronger, they would evolve and change. So the players in this campaign at level 3 became from goblins to hobgoblins. And depending on their I guess, ideal playstyle and how they've been. Not the slime one. No, this is an ogre. This is one where like a goblin became an ogre and he eats stuff and steals the abilities or has a chance to steal. God, why am I blanking on it? I was so big on it. Probably because it slowed down and I haven't really seen an update in a long time. But what? Yeah, I'll try to find it here while I'm getting distracted and I can't multitask for shit. So apologies, but all right, let me find the series real quick because a bunch of you nerds, I'm sure, are curious about what I'm talking about. Let's see. Yeah, they were goblins. I think he came from like a futuristic world, got isekai'd, and basically created his own like goblin empire village or whatever. But as part of that story, there was like evolution, right? Like he got stronger. It reminded me a lot of like maybe a little bit of Pokemon, maybe a little bit of what was that? Like Hero Quest Monsters? Was that the one? But anyways, so the players at level 3 became hobgoblins, but not only did they become hobgoblins, but they adopted some attributes, physical attributes that depicted kind of their class and playstyle. So Kilvin, if I recall, your skin was like a bit darker, right? To be a bit more cloaked in the shadows. I think one of our other players who was a barbarian ended up getting like these tattoo markings that appeared on their skin. And then another one became a bit more humanoid, like actually became more of a human looking hobgoblin rather than a goblin looking hobgoblin. And then the last dude I think was, I don't even remember what the last dude's physical trait was. But anyways, so yeah, they became hobgoblins and got some physical attributes. But not only that, at level 3, 5, and I believe 7, because I think they got to level 8 by the end of the campaign I was running, I gave, based on their playstyle, I created some features for them. And I think I gave every player like 2 or 3 to choose from. And the choice was they got to pick one of the 3. And as an example, right, one of the players, the player who was a barbarian, liked to just run in and start slapping shit with a club or an axe or whatever they had used at the time. And so the feature, one of the feature they ended up taking was one that allowed them, when they raged, to charge like 30 feet or 20 feet or whatever it was. And then at a later level, they decided to upgrade that feature again, which included an option that I had, again, homebrewed, that gave, if I recall, if you charge more than like 10 feet, you get a advantage, or no, you got like a bonus to your attack. There was something to it, right? That basically that better defined the characters. So yeah, it's a concept that I really enjoy in games. And I think, what was I getting to? I forgot why I started going on this rant. Yeah, this is probably one of the reasons why I don't really do talking streams, is because I get so easily sidetracked in my own train of thought. I don't have people here to keep me on the straight and narrow. Why can't I find this series that I'm looking for either? I've gone through like 10 pages. The cover image must have changed, because I'm just kind of scrolling through looking for the cover image, and I can't. You can do it? When is it due though? Not Orc Hero. What was it called? I'm pretty sure it hasn't had a new chapter in a while, so it should be in the expired series here. I'm gonna find it, goddammit. Now I'm fucking curious. What was it called? It's not slime, right? Everyone knows what slime is. Oh, at least everyone who's a nerd. God damn, dude, where is it? It's not Goblin Slayer, because you guys would be dead. Oh, Remonster, that's the one I'm thinking about. How could I forget that name? Yeah, so the series that I'm talking about is called Remonster. Yeah, it was fun. It was, it's ongoing. It's slowed down tremendously. I think there's a lot of problems when it comes to like manga, where after, you know, the first arc, there's a fair chance that maybe the story gets a little sidetracked and starts to spiral into the heavens. And I think one series that did a great job at making the chaos organized was Gurren, right? I think that's how it was pronounced. But yeah, what is it? What are you saying here now? Offer to help keep you on track, but I'm the worst. Yeah, you're one of the culprits, dude. I'm not gonna take you up on that offer. Get the hell out of here. Doing the whole day writing do instead of do. That's a funny trend, isn't it? Where you kind of get into a bad habit and you just start doing it over and over and over, and you just like can't fix it because your brain has now registered the mistake as norm. But yeah, let's see here. Monster. I don't even know what websites are like safe to share. What's a good way to... I don't even know if they have like a homepage or anything. And some of these scanlation sites, right, are kind of a little sketch. Let's see here. Fandom. No, that site looks like trash, so we're not sharing that one. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just share this little image here real quick. So for those curious about the series that I'm talking about, let's see here. I wish there was a way to unhide something on a different OBS scene than going into studio mode, because studio mode does not play nice with my setup far too frequently. All right, that should be sharing. Let's go ahead and swap over here. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, this is Remonster here. So it's a fun little series where this guy, the main dude, started off as like a goblin. I think it even started back like when he was like born, quote unquote. It does have some spicy content, and not really content, spicy concepts, right? Like monsters taking advantage of humans for reproduction type spicy. So if you're, not into that type of material whatsoever, probably maybe avoid it. But if you like, isekai and like the evolution of a job or a class or a race in this case, a little interesting, that want to check it out. Definitely gets a bit more mellow later in the series, where it becomes more kind of action and combat focused rather than survival and growth focused. But yeah, Remonster starts off as a goblin. He becomes like a hobgoblin. Somehow as he trains the other goblins, they get stronger and they evolve. And I think in like the recent one, he's like borderline demigod or some shit. But it's a fun series. Yeah, if you like reading manga, go check it out. And let's go ahead and get myself back up here. But anyways, I don't even remember why I started going on this rant about that series. I think I was talking about, was it Valheim? No, it was the D&D campaign and the evolution of the characters and the kind of growth of the character. And I think that stemmed from conversation about Valheim, right? And the growth of the character and the skills and how the character's abilities kind of progress, whether it be woodcutting or the weapon of choice, right? And that's another thing, actually, I wish more games would do. Like in RPGs. Typically RPGs, you pick up a weapon or you choose a weapon or you choose a trait or an ability or whatever, and it basically defines, or class, right? It might even just be even earlier. It's like, what's your class? And it pretty much locks you into a preset definition of what weapons you can use. And I think this is one of the reasons why I enjoyed games like Final Fantasy 14 for a long time, is just the simple ability that your same character can switch to a class that allows you to use a different weapon, fill a different role, have a different play style, right? I wish more games, more RPGs will allow you to do that. And I get the idea of creating a build, but the idea of not having like a Okay. Let's see if we're broadcasting. That was interesting. So apparently, I don't know why, but my computer just blue screened out of nowhere. It wasn't overheating. Internet didn't cut out. It just went bye-bye. I haven't had a blue screen in ages, dude. That was weird, unexpected. But we should be back. Not really sure where it cut out. But fun. All right. I am going to mute myself for a moment. So I can actually, no, I can still unmute. Okay, good. Looks like we're back. That was weird. All right. Well, it looks like everything just closed out. Yeah, no idea where it cut out, but oh well. Anyways, yeah, what was I talking about? I completely forgot. It's gone already. My memory is so selective, it's pretty disgusting. But anyways, what time is it? It's 2 now. I think it's been a couple of hours. The games have been a little rough. Do I want to launch it again? I think we will. Yeah. Let's get a couple more games in, see how we do, and probably call it there. I have an artist that is waiting for a reply, and I really need to get that document back to him, because once this project finishes, hopefully it'll be done in the next few weeks here, but there's going to be a big reveal. Well, I say big. I thought my crew artwork was pretty big, and haven't really found a whole lot to use it for yet. Made for good reference if you guys are familiar with the crew artwork. But this time we're gonna get some artwork for the Yasuhiro88ch, which, for those following the channel, you may recognize that the Yasuhiro88ch is the ship that I'm on. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. All right, game is booting up. Audio levels, got to just do the quick little check of everything once again here. Audio looks good. Let's get the game unmuted and swapped over. All right, a little bit low. That looks good. Gunfire might be a little different, but hey, this will do. All right, now that we are back, again, apologies. Had a bit of an unexpected blue screen. Windows be like that. I swear, ever since I started streaming, all my hardware, as much as I tried to upgrade in order for it to handle all of this, I feel like everything's slowly dying on me, dude. Using it way too hard, I suppose. Like my router needs to be reset periodically. My computer just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that everything's in working order. All right, well, what should we run in with here? Let's go with this guy. He seems promising. We got the Scotsfield Combat Axe, pretty cheap build, right? Sub 100, axe is only 5. If you're ever in doubt, just take the axe. You know what? I'm also going to take the knife instead of the knuckles for this guy. The reason being is that I could always just use the Scotsfield stock instead to bash whatever comes my way. All right, West Coast server, find some people. Let's see how this goes. Last 2 groups that we ended up getting matched with were heavily distracted, but then again, so was I. So let's also, while we're waiting, see, they do these occasional sales, and I just saw Spring's End. Not a big fan of the Springfield. I'm probably not going to pick that up. Yeah, I don't care about any of these. Legendary Hunters. Oh, here we go. What do we got? Oh, look at these cowboys. What are we going? What are you doing? You, Springfield with bleed and explosive. Ooh, you're a bully, dude. That might be interesting. So bleeding with the Springfield is going to cause them to try to bandage, right? And retreat. So they're moving slow. They take 100. What the fuck is going on? Man, I swear, some people. I feel I get why KD is in the game, right? With any shooter, you're gonna get a game that has KD in it. But I feel like Hunt Showdown really shouldn't be showing the KD to other people. Now you can come in here and hide it, right? So I can hide it so people, when they go look, it's crossed out and hidden. But really, Hunt Showdown, there's so many ways to die in the game that I feel like the KD is artificially declined, reduced. Because, I don't know, unless the KD is only calculated by players, but if you get revived and killed, let's say you kill one player and that player, downs you 2 times. Does that balance out because you guys traded, or is it you died twice? I don't know. I guess I don't really understand if it counts every single down as a death, right? Or if it's just game over counts as a death. Because definitely in a game, if there's up to 12 people, if you're playing solo, that means there's potentially 11 bodies to down, right? And if there's revives, then that number could easily, increase to upwards of, 15 on average if you're doing really fucking well and wiping servers. What is going on with your shoulder? Oh, it's clipping. What the heck? I don't remember his clothes clipping in the past. Weird. Biceps, triceps too big. What are the shoulder muscles called? Little butcher knife. What else you got? You got 2 knives. You got a meat hook. I'm assuming that's a meat hook. Not really sure what this little stabby item is, though. Almost looks like a chisel. Maybe, no, it's too big for a chisel, though, isn't it? I don't know. Carcass Gunrunner. He's one of the legendary hunters. This is another thing I like about certain games, is where they're not really spelling out every bit of lore, right? And causing you to read novels or paragraphs. I mean, paragraphs are fine, but I like games that have just small little, like, 2-sentence blurbs about something, right? And if you get enough of those kind of splattered on a canvas, eventually you get a picture out of it, right? Or at least the potential for your mind to kind of start forming the lines and creating an image, right? I don't know if you guys have ever seen, gosh, what was it? What was the example? Was it a face? Was it like a smiley face and then they like erased parts of it and your brain still like finishes the picture, right? I feel like the same thing happens when a story kind of feeds small little hints of information. And the other thing I like about the delivery of small bits of information at a time, like breadcrumbs, right? If you're familiar with the D&D term, is the fact that some breadcrumbs can be easily overlooked. And it might not be until you watch it over again, or it might not be until you play through it a second time that you start to notice. Howdy, howdy. All right, let's try to get a win here. We got one extract, but we didn't have to fight anything early on. This time, we'll see. Let's see. I was talking about this earlier. I do want to get some kind of a conversational stream going sometime. I just don't really know how to format it. It's one thing when you have an audience, right? Because then you can more easily, I think, pull people into it, stir up a conversation, and pull ideas from the chat, right? Oh, this thing's way back here? Hold up. Oh, wow. I had no idea it was way back here. But at the same time, I feel like one common mistake that smaller creators and streamers do is that they get so focused on chat, which I get it. We all appreciate our viewers. We all want to support each other. But at the same time, I think chat is a distraction. especially not every time. Primarily when you're talking with someone else who is on the stream with you, right? So when you're doing like collaborations, a part of me thinks, and I don't know, you guys tell me if you think I'm wrong here, but a part of me thinks that it's a little disrespectful to the person who joined you on stream when you're getting distracted by chat. It's like going to a restaurant with a date and getting constantly distracted by your phone, right? And looking at your Twitter feed or whatever it is. I feel like it's the same energy. And maybe that's just my way of thinking, but I would love to get to a point where I can invite someone on and we just talk about like just random shit and see where it goes. I do have a questionnaire that I'm working on that has like a handful of questions that we can talk about or ways to spark ideas of things to talk about. But I would absolutely love it to just be more organic. But we'll see. We'll see what comes out of it. It's definitely something I have in the back of my mind. It is something I'd like to do with the channel. I know a lot of the viewers on YouTube especially seem to enjoy the collaborative content rather than the solo content, or at least it's more interesting, right? When you're seeing somebody engaging with someone else, I think. And I think the numbers are proving me right at the moment. But yeah, we'll talk about it more sometime. But what are you saying here, Ellie? You were saying one of my other campaigns, we were just, oh, that was a breadcrumb? Oops. Well, that's the thing, right? Like sometimes breadcrumbs might not look like breadcrumbs. You might think it's just some dirt on the ground. There might be nothing to it. Sometimes you might think that shiny little rock that you found out in the field was a breadcrumb when in reality it was just a polished piece of turd. It didn't mean anything at all. So I don't know, it's a lot of fun, especially when you start trying to play mind games with your players. Where's all the healing kits? Here we go. My bad. But I do love me some breadcrumbs. Alright, so our other dude went over there to the other clue. That's not a person. He's going to church. We're on the spider side. Spider could absolutely be at church. We are hearing shots. towards the ranch, though. Alright, well I hope our buddy over there isn't gonna get himself killed. How did you get across so quick, man? Oh, hold up, which side? Okay, it is over here. Ellie, you're saying, personally believe chat interaction should be included in collabs. I think it also depends on the collab, right? That, yeah, obviously, you know, take everything with a grain of salt, because depending on circumstances, there's different variables, there's different vibes. But we've opened our living room door, come in and chill. Yeah, see, that's a different take on it though, right? When it's more of a just kind of like a community type get together, or however it is that you're doing it. And I think it's a little easier for you guys too, because your channel in particular, right? You got the three of you who have a bit of history together. You kind of know what to expect with one another. So I think there's a bit more of like a comfort level where you guys can collectively interact with chat. And that's not to say chat should be ignored, right? Obviously chat has their good takes and takes in general. So periodically it's not a bad thing to, you know, glance at it and pull a comment from it or pull a question from it, right? That interaction is good. But, you know, don't interrupt whoever you're collaborating with to interact with chat is what I was getting at, which I feel happens in some cases that I've witnessed and in some cases experienced to a lesser degree. So it's all learning though. All right, so they're definitely in this building. It's not that I'm ignoring the person, but acknowledging and interacting with chat is bring another seat to the table. Exactly, right? There's also, again, the practice of being able to do it and the type of question or comment that's added. So, not saying it's bad. It's just, I think some channels do it a bit more gracefully than others. Maybe we'll leave it at that. Where are they? They're hiding. Vanishing already too, though. Oh, somebody shot on the far side. It is something I also have noticed because, again, my channel, I don't know what happened, but I saw a sudden influx, and I don't know if it was my hunt video that I shared out or if it was something else that kicked off, but my YouTube, right, went to like 2,000, then it went back down, and then it bumped up to 3 or 4, then down to 3. I don't know what's happening, but it seems to have settled in the 3 range. And around the time that happened, the day after it started happening, my Twitter also exploded, and the Twitter side absolutely seems like bots. So part of me is inclined to think that these are just bots, but obviously to those who are real, I appreciate you all. But on the Twitter side of things, like, I had just so much spam in my inbox. I wasn't about to go through, you know, 80 plus messages to see which ones were real and which ones weren't. I tried looking through and scanning them, but I imagine at some point, right, as a channel grows, the chat becomes a bit more chaotic as well, right? Where it's moving faster than you can kind of keep up with it. So a part of me also wants to get in a practice or get in a mindset where I find that balance of interacting with chat versus well, when you're solo streaming, it's definitely a skill set that I need to get better at. Take a bit of learning how and when to include reach. Exactly, right? So, you know, this is great practice for me. Trying to play a game that you get easily sidetracked in and still try to pay attention to the chat is definitely an acquired skill. Are they, dude? They run? No, they're still in this building. Oh, I think I just saw somebody. I really want to move up. That guy's in a terrible, terrible spot. You know what? I should probably not even be here. Alright, So the lightning strike tells me where the bounty pickup is, or at least the rough location of it. It also shows up as lightning bolts on the map, so they're still kind of hunkered down in here. God damn it, I don't have a good angle. They could see me, but I can't see them. I'm worried that they might have a decent scope, too. Yeah, they're definitely on this end, though. Are they on the move? Oh, it looks like they might be on the move. Oh, I just got a little bit of a lag spike there. Oh no. Stop it. I need to hunt players. Dang, they fucking booked it far already. Holy shit. That's the thing about Hunt 2, is that if they don't want to fight and they just book it, sometimes they get far real quick. Where'd he go? Damn, they're so far. This is a horrible fucking place for them to extract, though. We might actually still be able to get a pick. Because the boat is like over here somewhere, like in the water. Absolutely horrible. Obviously, if I die, then it doesn't do me any favors, but... Where are they going? Where are they going? I need to get to a good spot, like out here. Come on, come on. So the bot influx, YouTube seems to take care of it to some degree. Is that us? Okay, so they're like way the fuck out there. I started getting chat bots at one point. So god damn it. So what I ended up doing for those guys is I set a 1 minute sub timer, I believe it was, on the Discord, or not the Discord, on the chat. So that helps a little bit to ensure that, hey, they're not just coming in here and spamming these URLs masked as not URLs. I lost the health bar from that. But as far as Twitter goes, I'm not getting the vibe that Twitter has any sort of like bot protection, because some of those followers that I've seen are absolutely bots. Like, there's no question in my mind. Coming from a technology background, the sudden influx alone was suspicious. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with the Twitter side. And it does look like they're slowly going down, though, so maybe they are doing something. But honestly, I took a week off kind of just to think about it, because I'm just like, what am I going to do with this? Like, it's artificially destroying my analytics, so it's actually not as positive as some people who are distracted by the numbers might think. And yeah, I'd much rather they leave on their own accord if they are bots, because there's like, oh, there's no activity. Where is it? They're still out there, huh? Dude, where are these guys going? Oh, fuck. But yeah, it's a thing. I don't know what to do about it. But frankly, you know, I'm gonna capitalize on it. If it's there, it's there. Try to do what I can with it. But otherwise, I'm just gonna carry on. Which is why I haven't really made any like big announcement or anything like congratulating or thanking people for it. Because, ooh, you got fucked. Where are they shooting from, dude? I don't even see them. How? One already? Fuck. Ah! Oh, from the side? Crossbow. Dang. pretty sure my ally also just got wrecked too. Oh, no. Oh, he didn't make it. Damn. Problem is that they can see where we are, and we had to try to figure out where they were. Dang, dude. Hunt showdown. Kicking my butt today. Doesn't feel as gratifying. Yeah, whether they be bots or something else, I really don't know. But I definitely wonder how genuine some of them are. I did see a large influx on one of my videos though that I tell people this. I've told a few people this, is that Twitter alone is a terrible source of traffic. Based on everything that I've been able to gather, Twitter is great for meeting people, great for following people, but it's not great for pulling people in, right? Not to say that people don't get pulled in through Twitter, but the population of it is low, right? Reddit, on the other hand, even for, if you post like small little clips on Reddit, people generally will see it. And gosh, what was it? I think in considering the frequency that I am on Twitter, I don't know how to compare the metrics, but Reddit is a greater source of attention, right? So if you're looking to maybe promote something, Twitter is a less beneficial place to put things. Reddit is where I would recommend at least one avenue. Some people, Instagram might be an option, but I'm not on it, so I can't really speak towards it. TikTok is another avenue, but I wonder, right? I wonder how much value VTubers in particular are getting from TikTok. What up, Hero King? We're just getting our ass kicked in some Hunt Showdown while talking about some random shit, talking about the channel, talking about things that we've done. Yeah. But what is it? Yeah, so Reddit I would recommend because I've posted a few short videos on, or linked a few short videos. My hunt review, reaction, or whatever the hell you want to call it, did pretty well. I'm hoping from Reddit and not whatever the false influx is. So Reddit has actually been a surprisingly good source of people checking me out, right? Twitter, on the other hand, not so much. Twitter is a good place just, I think, to interact with people that you've met and people that you're following and that kind of stuff. So it's a bit more social, not so much a platform to attract, right? Need to also think what type of people each. So exactly, right? So there's also that crew, right? And Twitter, I think, has a lot of the same problems that Twitch has, which is it's very easy to fall into a echo chamber, right? Because my experience with Twitter, at least, has been you really only see information that the people that you follow are putting out there, and rarely you see what other people put out there once you kind of stop looking for what's in the unknown, right? So yeah, exactly, right? Twitter is definitely a great place for interacting with others. That I've noticed that. But when you're trying to find new people, it can be challenging, right? Whereas a place like YouTube and Reddit have some similarities where you post something and it's there. If it's trending, it shows up, and if it's not, it doesn't. If you're looking for a particular search criteria, both Reddit, between subreddits and searches, and YouTube with its search algorithms do a decent job at, putting shit out there. So, as much as I'm doing streaming for fun while I'm taking a hiatus from working, it would be nice, right? I think most people would agree that it would be nice if it grew. And, I have a hard time not pushing growth because I spent the last 10 years doing that. So trying to reprogram my brain has actually been quite interesting, quite challenging, I should say. Tags will show things. Yeah, tags are good, but at the same time, there's only a handful of tags that people use, right? And as much as I see people posting tags to tag VTuber, EN VTuber, VTuber EN, VTuber Uprising, think about it. How often are you actually looking at the tag itself? I think I did early on when I was looking to create some traffic, right? To find people to interact with. But most of my interactions have come from kind of the spider web network that has started to form, right? So through others talking about people that they've discovered, through people that I've seen collaborating with new faces, right? That seems to be a much more organic way to kind of spread the awareness, in my opinion, which is part of the reason why at some point I would absolutely love to do, again, not maybe less of a talk show and more of like a podcast setup where it's just talking with people. And I want to eventually, part of why I got into VTubing, aside from taking a break and thinking it was cool and being a huge fucking nerd and wanting to meet some of you cool cats, was also to try to, you know, collab with as many fucking people as I could, which is why in some cases I'm, you know, more than willing to be like, hey, hop on, or when are we doing this, or what do you play, right? Just include tags because why? Yeah, right. And you know, I've done it from day one. You guys might have seen that on Twitter. I have tags for myself, right? Because those tags will not show up unless they start getting traffic, right? It's also another, you know, issue with the audience that is on a lot of the platforms and on the internet in general. But it's interesting. I enjoy the thinking of it and the conversation of it, and I do think a part of it maybe comes across. Oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? As interesting as I find it, I also feel like there's some folks that are just gonna hear it and be like turned off by talking about this kind of stuff, right? So not what I would call prime content, but it is fascinating to me, as fascinating as so much of the community is in this case, right? Because VTubing, if you think about it, it's really a niche of streaming, right? And it might even be a niche past that, because you got your, you know, your streamers, and then you have your, you know, obviously there's the PNG folks, which much like Vector, I had no idea even existed until I got into streaming and started to see what people were doing out there. I had no idea PNG tubers were a thing. But I'd love to make a video at some point to talk about kind of what my journey was like to get to this point, and some of the avenues that people can explore. Because I think one of the trends that I see on Twitter that I'm not a fan of is, you know, I spend a lot of time thinking in my own head, right? And I'm doing my own thing to try to reprogram some of the pessimism that has grown over the years. But at the same time, I look on Twitter, I'm just like, man, you guys probably have never gone outside to see the stars. Like, you guys have never gone outside and gone to the mountains away from technology. It's like some people are just, I don't know, the negativity and the self-doubt that I see worries me a lot. And I hope eventually to maybe change it as much as it changes myself, but we'll see. Hearing my POV, yeah, I'd love to talk about it. I mean, hell, go touch grass. Right? Man, go outside. Do you even know what clean air is, man? Come on. But yeah, I mean, for anyone out there who would be interested to either hear about it or talk about it, more so talk about it, I don't know. Like I said, get on the stream at some point, whether we collab and plan it or if it's just, you know, on the fly. I know Hero King is a fan of dropping in, insulting people and talking smack. So, you know, you're always welcome. But I do think it's interesting conversation, because a lot of the other trend that I've noticed, and I think I've talked to Spaceman about this somewhere, is I see a trend where people are on Twitter trying to grow, right? And they're making memes, which memes, I'm convinced memes are the language of the internet, dude. It's like we're going back to hieroglyphics, but they're memes. What's on? You'll hop on? No, I'm gonna be ending soon. So no, I'm just debating you. But maybe next time. But the one of the trends that I think I've noticed, and I wonder if others see it too, is that you can't grow a channel if your audience is made up of your competition, if that makes sense. Yeah, I was live. I was live long enough to even have a blue screen. Fucking weird. But yeah, I generally keep it to 2-3 hours, right? Because I think it's already long enough as is for someone to watch a 2-hour video. I can't imagine uploading like an 8-hour video and expecting anybody to see that timer and be like, yeah, let me check this out. Let me use my entire day. Never got notification. Oh man, you got to click that bell and you got to, I don't know. You guys know what to do. I don't need to spell it. I actually really dislike spelling it out, but you know, the irony is there's a couple of cases where I've said it and immediately I saw an influx. So people do it because it works. And I'm sure Twitch is the same deal. Like people probably catch you sometimes because they see an announcement on Twitter and then they never hit that follow button. But I am also having this other problem on Twitch where my follow list has gotten so large that I just need to do, you know, I need a search bar because I'm at a point where on like a Saturday, I have to click the show more button like 2 times to see everybody that I'm following who's online. It's starting to get a little ridiculous, which is one of the things I really dislike about Twitch is that the community interaction is great. The interaction with your audience is great through reactions, and the rating with your peers is great, right? So there's a lot of this kind of community and interaction. The barrier to entry for Twitter, for at least monetizing to some degree, is a lot lower than YouTube. But at the same time, you either have to actively advertise yourself or people have to go out of their way to find you, which is what disappoints me about Twitch. And having worked with the Amazon backend, the Amazon business model I don't think gives 2 shit about Twitch, which is why I decided not to go with Twitch, right? Maybe I'll talk about it in a bit more depth at some point, but for the type of content that I do, and again, not really content, more streaming uploads, right, at this point, but I think having it available on YouTube works better for my format, and also because I don't have the artistic talents that were developed over the years. I don't have the ability to make myself, you know, small little emotes to put in the chat, or so I don't really have the means to take it full advantage of what Twitch could offer, even though at this point I could probably be making a good 20-50 plus bucks off of Twitch, whereas YouTube I'm making 0 until I get a hell of a lot further, right? So the barrier to entry for YouTube to make something of it is a hell of a lot higher. Like you would not believe how astronomical it is, but it makes sense, right? YouTube is super corporate. There are millions of people on YouTube, whereas Twitch is very focused in a niche of gaming and kind of live stream interaction, right? So it's a different environment. They both have kind of their place. I enjoy interacting with you guys on Twitch when I manage to catch you guys, and I appreciate you guys hopping on to say hello and listen to me banter about some ideas and whatever floats around in this space brain of mine. But yeah. But with that, I think I am getting ready to wind down. My throat is getting a little tired here. Probably need to start thinking about what I'm going to do for my evening meal. And we'll be streaming tomorrow some Hunt Showdown. Hopefully we'll do better. I don't know what it is, man. I started off doing all right. I went through like 50 videos last week, 50 or so past videos, just looking for what's a moment that might be interesting. Because honestly, if I'm not interested in it, who the fuck else is going to be, right? But man, my Hunt Showdown my early Hunt Showdown games were rough. Oh man, overall, I'd say I was doing just barely sub below average, right? I was, I think, losing 3 out of 5 games or so, whereas nowadays I'm probably winning 3 out of 5 games. Well, today's not really showing for it, but yeah, the early Hunt videos are definitely an issue. I'm also I'm also slowly coming to a conclusion on what I'm going to do with the Patreon. Because again, I'm not going to rely on YouTube because one, as a channel grows, copyright strikes become an issue. I already fucking got one for no good reason, which thankfully got removed. Which, man, let me tell you guys, the copyright process on YouTube is so one-sided. Basically, someone could submit it, and then you refute it, and it's their call to revoke it. Whoever issued it can revoke it, and if they contest it, then you have to go to YouTube for review. Like, how one-sided is that? There's no accountability for false flags. It's so sad. That's the one thing I dislike about YouTube. But yeah, tomorrow, a little bit more Hunt Showdown. On Wednesday, we're going to be continuing our playthrough series of Horizon Zero Dawn, which we are on our 8th. I'm calling them episodes, but 8th session of our playthrough. I think we're pretty much done with everything on the east side of the map. We're going to start making our way to the center, which I think we already started to. And yeah, we'll see how many sessions Horizon Zero Dawn goes, but I'm enjoying that game. Another reason you favor Twitch, yeah, the corporate side of YouTube is definitely an issue. Twitch, I think, has its own problems, just because, again, I've seen how Google operates behind the scenes to a degree, at least the technology side of Google, and it's impressive. The Amazon side, I'm less impressed with. Amazon has a ton of smart people, and they do a fantastic job logistically, but technological, like, inspiration and vision, Amazon plateaued a while ago, in my opinion, sadly. And Twitch is Amazon, right? So it kind of boils down, which I think some of the drama that you see on Twitch is a step of that problem going back up to management and the Amazon side of things. So again, maybe a conversation for another time. Maybe I need to find some people who exclusively stream on YouTube. Maybe we'll one day get like some YouTube folks and some Twitter or Twitch folks to have some banter on their experiences with each platform, the ups and downs, the goods and the bads. It'd be fun. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be a good time. But yeah, so yeah, Wednesday, Horizon Zero Dawn. And then on Friday, I'm going to be playing some Back 4 Blood. So I've been binging a little bit of Back 4 Blood this last week while I was kind of just low-key offline doing some IRL shit, thinking about what I'm going to do with the channel in my second half of my first year streaming. And I don't know, Back 4 Blood is interesting. Platform debate, not platform dialogue. We'll call it a dialogue, right? I don't know. So here's the thing, right? And clearly you have opinions too. It's just difficult to put it in chat, I know. But I love civil discourse. I think it's a lost art form these days. At least the internet and media would have you believe otherwise. But I don't know. I really like just campfire talk, you know? I don't know if you've ever gone camping, but you sit around a campfire, you enjoy some s'mores, and you look up at the stars and you just think and talk and bring up random ideas. And I really want to do that on the stream, right? That's part of why I started to do this, is to try to, you know, meet people, play some games with people, which is, I think, a good icebreaker. And hopefully one of these days we just, you know, have a bit of a, God, that's what I should do. Just call it like campfire chat or something. Gotta put a sci-fi twist on it, but we'll figure something out. Maybe with the phase 2 that I'm planning for early May, with the changes to the interface, will shut up. Man, it breaks my heart to know that some folks have never seen just the majesty of the Milky Way outside of a 2D image and outside of the light pollution that they see outside. Like if you ever go out in the middle of fucking, bumfuck nowhere where there's no nearby city, ideally up in the mountains so you get kind of above the smog layer as well, man, it'll make you wonder, because you have a ranch. Okay, so you might know what I'm talking about. Good ways to have conflict. Man, Ellie, conflicting, you mean having differing viewpoint discussions. Man, I don't know. I just like talk, right? Because this is another thing too, is that I feel that it's so easy nowadays for people to, walk into a room and expect to feel offended or judged in some way, right? But I think if you get a group of people together, and in IRL, I've had my ups and downs with this experience, where people I thought I understood took something the wrong way and I got blindsided by it, right? But I think if you walk into a conversation with the understanding that, hey, we're just having dialogue here, and part of that dialogue off the cuff is, take it with a grain of salt. This just came unfiltered from, a millisecond of a thought to I said it, right? But part of the dialogue is also trying to understand kind of your own way of thinking, right? And piecing together how you view things and how you really feel about something. I don't know. I enjoy those types of conversations. So I'd love to find a group to maybe start teasing that idea with at some point. Yeah, miss camping. Man, camping's a great time. I do miss it. Man, COVID fucked me up. I know I said I was leaving like 10 minutes ago, but not being when the national parks closed down and I couldn't go away for a week just backpacking. I don't know. That year like set me on the wrong path. I wanted to make a right turn at the fork and I was forced to go left, But maybe this year. We're coming up on June. So maybe you guys will see me disappear for a week or two. I have been wanting to take my motor. So part of it, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a motorcycle, right? And I ride it almost every single day, probably 5 days a week. I'm on that thing just riding around. And I got it partially because one of my kind of, I don't know if I'd call it a dream, but it was like a nice to have, or like an honorable mention on a bucket list, right? We'll call it that. Was to one day maybe take a ride from the edge of Mexico up to like Alaska on the motorcycle. So what I'd like to do at some point here is take that motorcycle, and I got luggage bags for it. I got a mount that I need to still, put on it, but eventually go up to the mountains with it. And that should be a good time. But one of these days it'll happen. Man, Hero King, you've been on Nova Storm's channel. You know that Ellie is the chaos child of the three. as much as Lyra has the sly smile and the fangs, Ellie's the chaos. That's the pineapple grenade. Differing you. I love tiny... What? Tiny waist goddess. You know what? Now that you mention it, without the jacket, Ellie's waist is super slim, isn't it? Man. You gotta finish your 10-pack of nuggets there. And I used to know this person who would buy a 10-pack of nuggets, eat 4 of them, and then throw the rest of it away. I'm just like, what are you doing? You animal. Let's go for what, dude? The fact that I agreed with Tiny Waist Goddess? All right, let me close out of this game. I don't even know why I have it up. This stream has become something completely different. But anyways, I do think I'm going to be wrapping it up here. It was good talking to you all. Thanks for swinging by. And maybe I'll do another stream sometime this week that is unplanned. But I think moving forward, I do think I am going to be setting into a... So originally I was planning to do 5 days a week, right? Monday through Friday plus Sunday, which then I realized, you know, that's too much. So then I was going to do 4 days a week plus the Sunday. And now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 days a week, stream when I feel like it outside of those 3 planned streams, and then we'll do Sunday. So keep an eye out for schedules. Schedules may or may not happen all the time, but you got the YouTube reminders. And obviously, right, go check out, for anyone viewing this after the fact, go check out Nova Swarm, go check out Hero King Soul, go check out JC. They're all on their socials. We also had Neff pop in earlier today and Doc Sagan, which I don't know if Doc has, if Doc streams, but if someone knows, let me know, whether on Discord or Twitter, because I can't seem to find them. And I'm pretty sure that they're out there somewhere. But anyways, have a great one. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, till next time, take it easy. Later.